Greetings, everybody. So I'm in my studio, which is around me, and I am going to demonstrate how to make the mask that you are all going to be making. There will be a care package available for all of you. You'll get an email at either the end of August or the very beginning of September explaining where to go to pick this up. And in that, there'll be 5 sheets of this. This is plaster gauze. And what you'll do with it is you'll cut it into strips like this. You'll cut each of them into strips. I'm going to cut this quickly so you see how it works. You can even, if you can hold them together, you can probably cut more than one at a time. That's completely up to you. But you want to cut them into strips approximately 1 inch wide, as you see me doing. Now you'll also notice I'm wearing gloves. Now these are, more expensive gloves that I use in my studio. But in the packet that each of you are going to get, there will be the plaster gauze, there will be gloves. So you'll be able to work and keep yourself clean. So I already have over here, if you can see this, I have a pile of strips already made. Now you'll need water. I have water in here, and not hot water. It's better just room temperature water. And then cold cream. Bring this up close so you can see it. So this is CVS brand cold cream. It's not expensive, and you may have something like this. What you're going to do with the cold cream is spread it all over your face. You're going to close your eyes, spread it completely all over your face. Guys, if you have a beard, you can spread it on the beard, etc. Of course, first you'll need to pull your hair back so your hair is out of the way. Obviously, I don't have to worry about that up here. So that's to prepare. Now, I'm alone. I'm going to make my mask on this guy. Or, yeah, I guess it's a guy. You can see it's just a glass face. Now, I'm not going to put cold cream on this because it's glass. I don't have to worry about that. So this is how you do it. I'm going to move this over just a little here like this and turn it. So you take a piece of the plaster gauze, and here's my water. I'm going to put it in the water, and I'm going to squeeze it. Squeezing it activates the plaster, and then you just place it. Now, if you can see, I'll bring this closer. What you want to do is press the gauze so that the texture disappears. That makes it smooth. And I'll just continue. Dip it in the water, all the way in the water. Pull your hand over it like this to activate it. Bring it over and place it over, and so on. You want to begin just below the hairline and go down just to the edge of the chin and along the edge. You're not covering the ears or anything like that. You're not doing under the neck. I'll continue. Now, the thing to remember is you want to move from the plaster to the water. You never want to move from the water to the plaster because then you're going to get them wet. You don't want them wet. I dip it in, I squeeze it, I come over and I put it. Now, every time I add something, I do this. Now, just as a point of information, you can cover the whole face. Obviously, you can't cover everything because you need to breathe. Get a straw. You can stick the straw in the nose, a couple of small pieces of straw, or in the mouth, and then close it. Now, obviously, you're going to either have to do this on someone else, ideally have someone do it on you, and you've got my instructional video to show you how to do this. But the straw is important. Obviously, you need to breathe if you want to cover your whole face. Remember, your eyes are closed the whole time. Dip it in the water, squeeze over it, and continue. And I'll just continue like this Now, when I get over the eyes and the nose, I need to press in. Make sure that I'm getting in close and that I'm filling in. Remember, you're pressing it to fill in those holes. Because the holes, this is gauze that's been impregnated with plaster and then dried. So when you wet it, you activate the plaster. So you have to smooth it out completely. And you'll notice it's dripping. It's going to get on you, so you need to wear something to protect yourself, unless you don't mind getting that on you. Dip it in the water, squeeze over it, come over to the face. What you're going to do eventually, you're going to do one layer over everything. You're going to come back with the second layer. Dip it in the water, squeeze it, put it on the face. Now, if you have issues with being covered, some people do, you don't have to cover the nose, the end of the nose and the mouth. That's up to you, completely up to you. But you need to make a mask of your face, or obviously have someone make it on you. Now, this person, I'm going to go over the bottom of the nose because this person decided they wanted a straw in their mouth. I'll continue. Now, if this was a person with a straw in their mouth, I would come like this. Remember, I'm smoothing the whole time. And then I would come up, leaving that hole in the center where the straw is. I'll just leave a hole there so you can see how it might work. And then I'm going to continue press. Remember, always press. And that's about as far as I'm going to go. So just to the edge of the chin, like about here. Of course, you can't see my chin. Now, then I'm going to come up the sides, press in, press, come up the sides. This is reinforcing, as you can see. Dip, squeeze, and come up the other side. Another one, dip, squeeze, come up here again. Always remember to smooth it out. Dip, squeeze. All right, so that's about as much as I would want to cover, as you can see. Now I'm going to put another layer over it. Over everything. Start at the top. Smooth it, smooth it. It's important to smooth it. Now, while this is on your face, when you're putting it on, it's going on cool. As it starts to set up, it gets warmer. So that's just something to be aware of. It never gets hot. It's not like you're going to burn or anything like that. I'm continuing. Remember, I need to press in on the eyes. So I make sure that I'm covering everything in detail. Continue down. And another one over the nose. Pressing as I go. Remember, always dip, squeeze. This person, remember, didn't care about having their nose covered, so I went over the nose. Once more, dip, squeeze, coming under the mouth. Now that opening I had left in the mouth closed up, but you understand, if there was a straw in there, you would come around the straw. And dip, squeeze, the other part of the mouth. And then one more under the chin. Dip, squeeze. All right, and then all I need to do is just put a couple more around the edge on both sides, and I'm done. Dip, squeeze, this side, and dip, squeeze, this side. I'm gonna put another one on that side because that one was a little thin. Dip, squeeze. So what you're doing with the sides is you're reinforcing it. You might want to put, just to play it safe, dip, squeeze, put another one on the edge of the chin just to keep it safe. Now remember, you're not going under the chin, just going to the very edge of the chin. And you're coming down the side. You're not going over the ears, obviously. And now I'll do one more across the top, and I'm done. So that's the way, that's what you do. Now, it sits on the face of, obviously, this is a glass head, so let me kneel down. This is a glass head, so there's no heat from the body. If there was heat from the body, your body is giving heat and it's drying it out. So it takes maybe 5 minutes or so on the face, and you'll know because you'll feel it getting warm. And then what you do is you put your hands on the side of it here, and you gradually take it off, and then it comes off. And then you put it down and let it dry. When you take it off, it basically looks like this. Here's a completed one. And this person didn't want their nose covered. But you can see the details. And it's not very thick, you know, but it's solid, as you can hear. Now, the thing to remember is it takes about once you take it off, obviously, which is after 5 minutes or so after you're done, and you'll feel it's getting, I mean, even this one's now starting to get hard, but of course, because there's no heat from skin below it, it's going to take longer to dry. After you take it off, put it in a dry place, a place where it can't get wet or whatever, and because it's been so hot lately, it probably takes about maybe 3 or 4 days the most. You'll know when it's completely dry because it won't feel cold when you put your hand on it because it has reached room temperature, and it'll be perfectly fine. And then once it's dry, you can do the assignment, and you will see the assignment under this video. So I'm going to take my glove off so I can turn off the computer, and I want to thank you all for paying attention to this and enjoy making your masks. Thank you.